Hello, today I will tell you how I test BJT transistors. From this video, you will learn how to understand whether a transistor is working or not, what type of transistor NPN or PNP, and where is the transistor's base, emitter, and collector. We will only use diode test mode. Let's test the first transistor with the heatsink for remove heat from a transistor. When you look at the inscriptions on the body of the transistor, this is considered to be its front. For convenience, I will make a quick sketch of the transistor. First, we will attach the neutral connector to each terminal in turn, and we will check the other two terminals with the red connector. Then we will swap them. We need to get responses from both terminals we touch. The response from only one terminal does not tell us anything. Now we swap them and repeat the process. Finally, we received response from both terminals we touched. First of all, we understand that the transistor is working. You have tried all combinations and received only one response from one terminal, not from both, or did not receive a response from any terminal at all. Then the transistor is damaged. Next, we see the polarity of the terminals. Red is positive and two other are negative. From this, we know the type of the transistor. Negative, positive, negative type, or simply NPN type. The terminal to which you attach the connector will always be the base of the transistor. The other two terminals are the emitter and collector of the transistor. But how to determine which terminal is the emitter and which is the collector? To do this, without disconnecting the red connector from the base of the transistor, we attach the black connector to one terminal, then to the other, and write the results of the readings. The terminal with the larger of the two numbers will always be the emitter of the transistor. The terminal with the lower number will always be the collector of the transistor. Now let's test the next transistor. Generally, it doesn't matter which terminal you attach the connector to first. The main thing is to try all combinations and get readings from the other two terminals. In fact, there are only 6 connection options. And we have 2 readings, which mean the transistor is working. Let's write down the polarity of the terminals. In this transistor, the base is neutral and the emitter and collector are positive. Let's find where the emitter is and where the collector is. Again, without disconnecting the connector from the base of the transistor, record readings from the remaining 2 terminals. As always, the larger of the 2 numbers will mean the emitter. And the smaller of the 2 numbers will mean the collector. And finally, let's test the last transistor. To make it easier to attach the connectors, you can slightly bend the legs of the transistor. In fact, the reading we're looking for is called voltage drop. If we get a voltage drop on both terminals, then such a transistor is working. Let's write down the polarity of each terminal, which in essence will be our type of transistor. Schematically, it is generally accepted that the base of the transistor is always in the middle, which is why we write NPN and not NNP. Now we know where the base of the transistor is. Sorry, I forgot to write down the type of the previous transistor. Let's write it down now. All that remains is to measure the voltage drop at the other two terminals. Where the voltage drop is greater, that is, the number will be larger, then it will be the emitter of the transistor. Where the voltage drop will be less is the collector of the transistor. Now you know how to test transistors. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, write them in the comments.